has.
We just finished with the last one question from the live stream. This is, could you explain effect if man stays for a longer time in a zero gravity environment?
Pardon?
I will repeat. Could you, Mr. Keshe, explain effect on the bone structure if the man stays for a longer time in a zero gravity environment, like astronauts, or you use the
We already
spaceship?
know that. In a spaceship, you don't have zero gravity. In a spaceship program, you have exactly 1G. As I always said, and the guys in NASA laugh, I said, the what do you call it, floating man in space, what do you call it, zero gravity or weightlessness, it's actually one part of the Keshe space program. A couple of years ago we used to have. You have to pay extra for us to create weightlessness for you in the space, because it costs money to do it. When you, Armin is laughing his head because he's working on these small reactors at the moment. So what it is, because you create gravitational magnetic field environment, you always are at 1G. What we've seen, the space suits and the spaceman, these are the games of NASA and it's over. This weightlessness does not exist. But if you stay in space with a, what they call lower gravity magnetic field, you affect the same thing as you do, we see in the operation of the spongy part of the body. You create different environment, different gravitational magnetic field, then the field, the strength and pressures are different, then you're bound in the long term to extend the bones or shorten the bones. But weightlessness and change of the structure of the body, these are all finished. This is done and buried with gravitational magnetic field systems. This is what it's called, magravs, magnetic gravity. I had a very interesting email. The guy says, let's forget about MAGRAF, talk about the rest of the work of the, what we can do with the work of the foundation. Because it's so simple, people have to deny it, because then otherwise it shows how stupid they've been for centuries. How can you have life when there is no gravity? And how can you have life when there is no, what they call magnetic or what we call atmospheric field pressures? It's a combination of the two, and our reactors produce both magnetic and gravity. So zero magnetic field, zero what they call it, gravity, or what they call weightlessness. It was the time of when man used to wear those heavy suits with steel and go down deep in the ocean. It's over. Now we have really fancy little fancy suits, and we go in as deep as we like to go, with a couple of what they call it, backpack oxygen tanks. Weightlessness doesn't exist. You have to pay heavy for it to create a. I tell you why. It might look funny or sound funny to you. If you want to create a weightlessness condition in space, or at least put you outside in the space, that you can feel the zero gravity as the astronauts do, it's so difficult because you have to reduce your gravitational magnetic field boundary to a point that you can cross it in the space. Because don't forget, once you have gravitational magnetic field, it's exactly like atmosphere. How do you get in it? How do you get out of it? You have to literally shoot the people in a specific angle out of your craft that you can end up in the space. It costs a lot. It takes a lot of time. It's fun. It will be done. But it's very much, you have to shoot somebody out in a specific angle that they can get out of your gravitational magnetic field zone. But you do this by sending up satellites of your, what do you call it, spaceship. This is one of the part of the defense technology which we'll teach very soon. Every craft, every satellite can be literally remotely attached to and removed through the same process. You open a condition, you create a condition that you can literally target a satellite or a craft, which gets attached to, and on its own you can remove it without ever coming back to you. If a satellite contaminated, is a body contaminated with radioactivity, you don't want to bring it back into the spacecraft. You launch a remote craft which can leave your spacecraft in a safe condition, and still you don't lose your for defense technology people. If they knew what they can, and we start teaching it, because we don't teach it for defense as it is today. We teach it because it will be needed very soon. Now that we have all these rogue satellites floating everywhere and everything else, we wait for them and pray that when they come back in, they will not land on top of our head or on top of our house. Very soon they'll be captured in a very easy way from through the space technology, and they'll be disposed of into the open space beyond the atmosphere. Because a lot of them are contaminated, heavily contaminated. You don't want them back in. Then you don't want to go there and catch them and tow them. So weightlessness, go and speak to boys in NASA. They'll love to talk about it because they have huge swimming pools practicing it. Next question.
I think we should probably end things there. It's been well over the 2 hours that we expected. What do you think, Elia? Would you like to have a final ending?
To have information for the next part.
We'll speak next Friday at 2 o'clock again.
Yeah. And thank you so
much.
Thank
you very much, Elia.
And for everyone, and I want to apologize again for delay about the technical problems. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much indeed, and goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. See you soon.
Bye.
Thanks,
you. Elia. Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, everybody. Boy, that was great. We'll go do better next time with the technical, and it'll all get sorted out. It's a good first effort, I think. I'm going to shut down the live stream now.